This is Jeff Whitney at the Dogtrot, bringing you another ending of this segment of life at the Dogtrot and organized hoarding. And what I'm about to do is show you. I've separated out everything, um, quite a bit of stuff, a lot of dicky stuff, but I'll show you just how I'm going to do it now and separating out what goes to the store, what I save, and this and that. But I'm going to go kind of fast through each item. And the items that I really like, I'll speak a little bit more about them. But it's late afternoon. We've had a nice day here today, a little overcast, maybe a little rain. I took a nap, did some relaxing, do some other things, cook some sowback ribs, and I'm about to pull them out of the oven here. Put in some whiskey maple syrup, and so I'm anxious to taste that and see how that goes. That was quite a delight when I tasted it. Anyways, here we go, folks, and let me switch the camera over to our articles. Let me get the cameraman to take care of that, and we'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're back to you. Live from the Dogtrot in the, I guess you could say I'm the emperor of the Dogtrot, or the Duke. I don't know, I am the Dogtrot. Anyways, let's move along here. All right, we're going to pick up just as we go and then put them elsewhere. This is a pear, a chrome pear made in India. Got it for free. So basically, whatever I do with it, I do with it. And I'll probably end up just selling it. So I'm going to put that over here. Drop it right in the box. And next is a leather back, very nice leather case, Palm Pilot. It was one of the original computers back in the 90s. I believe it was, but let me just pull it out here, show you. It's old. It looks like to be in good shape. I'm not sure the actual use of it, but I'm going to check it out. It even has a little stylus pin with it. Oh, sorry, I'm holding everything kind of wacky here. Has a stylus pin, which just pops out here for, I guess you write down here. It has a code on the back for doing your letters, and then it comes up here on this screen. But it's worthwhile checking out. It's a collector's piece. So this is a keeper. This is another thing I just got for free. When I say free, it's nothing really is free, because you spend time looking at it, researching it, stuff like that. So that's time spent. But when I'm buying in bulk. So I'm buying mainly objects that knows I'm going to sell, and then I'm going to get my capital that I laid out of it. And my capital for this buy was $150. So that's not too bad. I've been known to spend anywhere from $400 to $600 a weekend. But that was just one stop, and that was stopping up for me because I was running late. But as I go through here, I'll point out the ones that I think are really sellers that I can make some capital on. Let's move on. These are just clips. All this will go into the art box, which I'll just set here, down there. This This is a Chinese-made souvenir Heineken beer, a little case of beer. On the other side there, it's got a bottle opener. Oh, they're unique type items, but not really unique. I don't really like Chinese shit. So this is in the box. So that's gone. Now this is, I don't know the exact name for it, but somebody took a lot of care to keep this clean and even had a stand in the back so it could sit. And it was, it's a seashell, but you can just imagine that the life that was living in this. It's almost like another world. So you can guarantee I'm going to keep this because it just reeks of wonderness. But anyways, let's set that aside over here. Let's see, I'm setting that out there. And we got something that kind of goes with it. It came from the same batch, which the batch actually came from the Pennsylvania area. I just noted that in a lot of the history books of Pennsylvania in the lot. So I figured they're Pennsylvania and they had money. Probably in the medical field because I see a lot of things that are medical related. This is a crystal that was handmade, and that's a hand blown, which is very similar to that shell that I just showed you inside of it. And this was this is probably dating it wise, I'll be looking it up, but I'm guessing this is about in the 1970s to 1990s. It's a paperweight. At that time it was quite expensive. This would probably go for anywhere from $75 to $125. I picked this up for, I'm going to say $5. But I'll probably sell this out at around $25 to $35 if I sell it. But it's not going to be sold because it goes with this. So that's there. And it has markings that it was made in Pennsylvania. This is just hook stuff, art stuff. Let me just pick this up. I just picked it up because it was there. So, okay. This is a little tiny souvenir I just thought was interesting. Got this for free. Got a little magnet on it. And 5 pictures on it. And all the pictures of it are of a place that I have been, to Crater Lake up in Oregon. And it just kind of reminded me of when I first went there. But anyways, nothing to really smile about in it, but I'll sell that one off. Now, turkeys, or this is chicken actually. I got some turkeys over here for their salt and pepper shakers. These are salt. Let me just get this out of the way so it's done with. This is a back scratcher. Very common. A lot of shops will give them away as end of the year gifts and stuff like that. Just little stocking stuffers, but my goodness, I've got one from a friend who has passed away just recently. A real third generation Sawyer. And I still have his back scratcher. It's over by the Lazy Boy. So I picked up an extra one. So that's definitely a keeper. All right, put that up there. Now, I've got my chickens. And I'm not outrageously in love with them. These are made in China, JCPenney Homes. I'll probably sell those off. They're salt and pepper shakers. I like roosters, and I thought, chickens. But these don't have the appeal, so these are going to go in the sale bundle there. Set glass and stuff down here so I don't throw them in. Another set of salt and pepper shakers, a very minimalist design. And those chicken ones, those will go for $3. And I didn't pick, if anything, I didn't really buy them. I mean, they just came in the box. These are salt and pepper shakers. Same sort of situation. These, I'm quite sure I've seen. They're Japanese. They have a very minimalist look. I like them. These are probably going to be keepers for my kitchen stuff. So I'll set these aside over here. Now, I was given this light bulb, and was told this is Edison's first light bulb. It's unique. I'm keeping it. Don't know if it works or not. That's going there. Now, I have a set of coffee cups, sort of on the line of chemical instruments, which I like beakers and stuff like that. These are unique. They're labeled. I believe that's a pretty good label. That will go into saving, and I will check that out later. So I'm keeping these, and let's just set them here for now. This little shelf's going to get crowded here. And same thing except without the handles. Most likely for cream and sugar or milk or whatever. So I'll set those here like that. And I would imagine that they're Pyrex. That's in the art drawer. Now here was an interesting ashtray I found at the very end of the day. It's also crystal too, but I think this was made in Austria. It's got the Austrian or the German marks on it because I collect some of their glass work, and it has a similar label that's a bit worn out. But as you can see inside, there's actually a dome inside there, and it's unique. It's all crystal, and this is a keeper. Now, I didn't physically have this on the list as a buy item that a lot of times I'll just kind of check the prices of what I'm looking at in the buy range and get an idea of what he's wanting, because we always negotiate at the end. This was not really on the list. It was just a kind of give me in the box type thing, bundling. If you're to buy this in the store, you would be paying $100 to $200 for this. It's very well done. No chips on it. I don't think it's even been used. This is a keeper, and I would probably sell this out at about $50 to $75. So that one's going to stay with me. I'll put that over here. All right. Now, this is just a silly thing that was in the art drawer. And it says, what does it say here? And your point is, which is a, kind of funny thing. I'm keeping that. It's also carved out of wood. Most likely made in India. Because he had other Indian stuff. This was an interesting jar or box. It was all hand-stamped brass. Made in India, and it looks to be all handmade. It just had a unique kind of character or style to it. You think about these poor people in that country, pounding out things like that for us rich Americans. Well, not me rich, but whoever bought this paid a pretty penny for this. Or they didn't. But anyways, this is a keeper, because I like collecting things like this. Oh, it's from Bombay, the Bombay company, so it's definitely a keeper. It's Bombay, I don't think is around anymore. So that's a keeper. I'll put that over here. Now, this, I do not know what in the world this is. All I know is I got two of them. It's got a hole in it, and it's tension wire, and it's got 4 rods coming out that are, you know, they're you know, like crisscross like a file, so it could grab something. But I haven't figured out what it is yet, and so tomorrow I will find out what this is. So, anyways, I'm keeping those. Those were giveaways. This little turkey here. This is another Indian product, and it's a metal. It's a salt and pepper shaker, a turkey. I got two of them right here. Those are going for sale. All right. Now, this is another kitchen item I'm keeping. Reason why, it's extremely well made. Brand new cutter head, and everything works perfect in it. And it's made in Switzerland. I think probably outside of Zurich, but I'm going to check the name out on it because I've seen that name before. It's a grater, and it will grate Parmesan cheese and stuff really nice. And it's got a nice feel to it, so this is definitely a keeper. I don't know what the price was on it. Here was, this is a little grinder, I call it, for nutmeg. And you put your little nutmeg up here in the top, and the lid to hold down on it. And you grade just very fine grades. And there's, grades fall out on that. And I don't see too many of these around. And even though it's most likely made in China, I'm not sure, but no, it's made in Taiwan. Taiwan's okay, not crazy. That's about, it's whatever. It's political, but anyways, I'm keeping that. So there. Now, a rabbit paperweight. Everybody's got to have a rabbit paperweight. This was made in India, and it's kind of tarnished. It probably had a polish of a bronze polishing on it, but it's just metal. This one will go in the sale bin. And this is from Portugal. Now, it has a very unique style. I just like the style of it. And has a nice picture of a cat and milk. My cats don't like milk. My dogs do, though. It's very nice, very clean. It's got the markings on the bottom. This one will go for sale. After I total everything, and I'll tell you what the price is. Just a nice spoon. I'm keeping that. And let's see. This is a weird, I guess, for international time. It's brand new. It hasn't even been put together. It's interesting. So I decided I will probably keep it for a while, but sell it. So this is going to kind of go in the sell bin. Just mowed the lawn and the bugs come out. Oh yeah, that feels good. Okay. All right. Here is, I know it's dirty looking and stuff like that. And I picked it up. It was in the throwaway bin. And I said, look at this. This is a well-formed, wherever, solid aluminum bowl. And I was just happy to get something that is so well made like that. I have a pot over here that's the same brand, and it just makes me happy to see good quality stuff like that. See, I have this pot here that was also a throwaway. And that's got the wherever tag on it. It's kind of fading now, but it is on there. So those two are staying with me. Ooh-wee, something stinks. Oh, it says dog bones. Ooh. I got a bunch of these. These are going to go in the cell bin real quick. They're, whatever you call them, minnow people, which I see up in Second Life all the time. Well, not all the time, but I see them. There's tribes of them. It's pretty big with the kids and stuff like that. But these are strictly Christmas ornaments, but they're in the box. These are cell. I've got about probably a dozen or so of those type of things. So those all go in the cell box. Just a nice wooden shoe brush. Not a hairbrush, but you know, just a nice brush. That's a keep. Now, let me pull out some of the stuff here. Now, this clock has not got any markings on it except that the casing was made in China and the time movements were made in Taiwan. So there's a collaboration between the two countries, which are always kind of feuding. But it's real heavy metal, glass fronts. It's got a barometer on it, a thermometer, 2 clocks. It runs on a small micro battery, which I have. I like that. That's a keeper for me. And if I was to sell it, I'd probably sell that around $20. And then I've got not so much a matching frame, but a frame. And it's all brand new, never been used, and it kind of goes with the clock. So these two are keepers for me for right now, unless I'm going to sit and enjoy them for a bit. So we have that. And let's see. A dinosaur. I mean a Gatorade. Got to keep that. Put that up here. And a light. I'm going to keep this. See if it works. And it's one of the halcyon lights, which they usually last pretty long. And I'm always looking for little small lights to light up areas. So that's a keeper. That down here. That's one of the little batteries. Oh, this is a garlic. I got this for free. It's in the preview bin. It's for roasting garlic, either in the oven or in the microwave. But you put a clove of garlic in there, or a bunch of garlic, you know, a whole bud of garlic. Put it on there, stick it in the microwave, and it will roast it. You open it up, and you got a nice juicy garlic to eat if you like raw garlic. I mean, if you like cooked garlic like that, I do. Anyways, that's a keeper. I'm keeping that. I'm just trying to go through some of the small stuff. This is just garden stuff. I'll put that with the garden stuff. And pipe, I'll keep that pipe here. That's just... Now, these are outdoor cups, but I don't think they were cups for drinking. They're cast aluminum. I've got 3 of them here. I'm going to use these for small flowers, just as a table decoration, maybe polish them up a little bit. And here, cooking screen or strainer. See, it pops open, and you put your stuff inside there, and you dip it down into the water. Be good for blanching vegetables and stuff. So that's a keeper. I always like kitchen stuff. Let's just pull these over here. Oh, and this is an ice tray. I've had these before. They're a lot of fun. Of course, I will only use bottled water to make ice. And you stick it in there, and they're like cylinders of ice. And then you pop that off, and they slip out. So that's a keeper. All this stuff is art stuff. So that goes in there. All that I've already kind of went over. A little switching system for speakers from Radio Shack. I'll keep that. That's a lamp pole of some sort. I don't think I'll keep that. That will be for sale. That box there I got from Rick. That's full of pencils. That's a pencil box from India. I'll keep that. This reminds me back in the old days. And you light these up and it repels the mosquitoes. Well, my goodness. I've got a lot of mosquitoes lately, so I'm going to try some of this out. See if they still work. But these were freebies. And you pay a couple of bucks for those at the store, and they were being thrown away. This is a little mini chopping tray. It's a very durable plastic, nice to wash, very good sanitary-wise. It's good for chopping little things up. So I'm keeping that. And these are also chopping trays, but they're unique. That you grab the handle and you squeeze it like that, and you can pour your choppings into your bowl or into your pot. And I just thought these are really unique. They don't have a lot of wear on them, but they're definitely unique. And I'm going to sell one and keep one. And one of these will go for a couple of bucks. So let's just we'll just put those in the for sale section for now. And that pretty much covers that on this segment. These I think I showed you before. These are rollers for putting like a dishwasher or refrigerator, any appliance that's heavy and it's hard to move. You put these under and it's got the whole track of wheels going across here so it doesn't scuff up the floor. Very handy. We'll get into the art stuff on the next segment here. I want to clear out some space. So anyways, this is Jeff Whitney at the Dogtrot, bringing you Life at the Dogtrot the day after the buy. And you see that a lot of these are little dinky things, but remember, a lot of times, you might not have that dinky thing around, or you might need it at that certain time. Well, I got it, and I have pretty good memory that I know what I've got, and I'm getting a better one too, because I've been working on my brain. But it sure saved you a lot of money. You think, oh, why did I waste money on that now? But come a month or two down the way, or just some other time, you'll run into, hey, I've got to have that, and I didn't have it, and hey, guess what? I do have it. Anyways, I'll be back to you with the second half or the third half of the ending of the series of this week at the Dogtrot. Thank you much for viewing, and I'll be back to you soon.